Sunrises in Guatemala are just a miracle. They're just so beautiful. Good morning, guys, from Antigua, Guatemala. This is the old capital. It's also a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it's also probably one of the most photographed cities in the world. We started sunrise at one of the most famous, iconic monuments here in the city. This is the Arch of Santa Catarina. And the thing is, when you come here early in the morning, I'm talking like 5:30 in the morning, there is nobody here. Like, there's literally nobody here. Maybe like 2 or 3 other people. There's a couple cops, but other than that, you have the entire place to yourself. It's a stunning way to start off your morning here in Antigua. But as I mentioned in the past video, Antigua is a pretty small town. There's really not that much to do. After a day or 2 days here, you're gonna get pretty bored. So today is our full day here in Antigua, but we're not actually gonna stay in the city. Most of the churches and the museums we've already checked out yesterday. So we're gonna go on a hike. But before that, we're gonna go back, we're gonna rest up a little bit from this sunrise mission. It's been a beautiful sunrise, and the thing about Guatemalan weather is that in the morning is the best time to go around and explore, because in the afternoon, when rainy season starts, it pours heavily starting at like 1-2 p.m. So you want to be inside by then. So morning is when you do all your activities, when you go out, explore the city, explore the scenery here in Guatemala, because that's not going to happen in the afternoon. Fortunately, we've had a beautiful sunrise. I mean, just look at those beautiful clouds. We were able to actually see the sunrise, and the colors in the sky were just beautiful. They were so dramatic. Purples, oranges. It was beautiful. Fortunately, the weather has been amazing. I've mentioned that a couple times now, but we can actually see the entire volcano. This is Volcán de Agua. This is a water volcano. Why is a volcano named after water? I have no clue. But this is my first time actually seeing the volcano, because when I came yesterday, it was just all covered in clouds. Once it gets to like 11 a.m., 12 p.m., that thing's just completely covered. So if you want to see the volcano, wake up early when the sky is clear, and you'll have this amazing view right behind me of the arch and the volcano all together. It really is stunning. Well, we've left the arch, and I have to say, I love this current weather in Antigua. You can see the volcano, blue skies up behind me. It is stunning. It is beautiful. But today we're actually going on a hike around Antigua. It's not going to be in the city of Antigua, which means that we've got to walk out of the city, but it's not too far. The hike should be about 10-12 kilometers one way, so the total trip's going to be about 20-24 kilometers. Maybe we'll get a ride, maybe we won't, but we'll see how that goes. But right now we're just walking out of Antigua, and it's just absolutely beautiful. Alright, so we've got a little bit of a change of plans. This place right here is called Finca El Pilar. It's private property, it's a private farm. It also has access to the hill called El Cucurachado, something like that. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. But the thing is, they charge a lot of money to get inside. It's quite expensive. It's like almost 10 bucks. And what the guy told me at the front was that actually, if I just go around the corner, there's another path that leads up to another hill that has basically the same view, and it's completely free. So that is what I'm gonna do today. It's also gonna be like another 5-kilometer hike. So it's not as long as this one, but apparently there are amazing views there as well, and it's completely free. So we're gonna go ahead and check that hill out. Well, after walking for about an hour on some pretty steep roads, we finally made it to San Cristobal el Alto, but I think it's actually just a little town. You've got a restaurant, you've got some gardens and stuff. The viewpoints, I think, are like a couple kilometers down, even more, so we've got to keep walking. But unfortunately, it looks like the clouds have started to cover the volcano. If you can see the volcano in the background, There is no viewpoint for Antigua, the city yet, but I think if we keep going, we'll hit that viewpoint eventually. This is San Cristobal del Alto. It's a nice little town, pretty local, but we're gonna keep going up. All right, we've kept walking from the actual town for about an hour now, and I honestly don't know where I am. I mean, this trail just keeps going forever, onwards and onwards, but I don't know where the trail actually goes to. So we're just gonna keep following it, but I have no clue where it goes, and there's so many mosquitoes here, tons and tons of wildlife and birds. The mosquitoes are annoying, the birds are nice, but it's all uphill. And I don't know where this path goes. I might get lost, but this is the adventure here in Antigua. We're gonna go ahead and keep going forward. All right, it's about half an hour later, and that's it. I'm not walking anymore. Yes, there's a path that goes forward, but like, I passed by a beehive. There's a lot of bees. I think I freaked them out, so I'm gonna go ahead and try and head back. I don't know where this place is. I don't know where I am, but I think we're just gonna go back to that viewpoint with the shed there. That was a nice place to chill out, and hopefully the clouds will clear out a little so that we can see the volcano. All right, we've made it back into the town of San Cristobal de los Altos, and I didn't really explore this town much earlier, but I do want to mention that this town is true, real Guatemala. I mean, the best way to show that is right here. This is the place where people wash their clothes. It's a huge communal sort of water thing, and then people have their own individual lavaderos where they can go and wash their clothes. Earlier when I was coming up, a lady was washing her clothes here, but now nobody's here. But this is how they've been doing it for like hundreds and hundreds of years. These sort of communal water areas where people come and wash their clothes. It's amazing to me that they've still kept it, and you know, they don't have washing machines, they don't have dryers. This is how Guatemalan people really wash their clothes, and it's fascinating to me how they've managed to preserve their way of life here. Well, if there's one thing you can count on here in Guatemala, it's for the afternoon rain clouds to always come in. It's like 12 p.m. and the sky is getting pretty dark. I've already felt some raindrops as the clouds start moving over to Antigua. So I think we're gonna head down from this hill here back into the city of Antigua. It's a beautiful view, honestly, and the thing is, it's only locals here. Like, only local Guatemalans are driving up here enjoying the view. This is a local secret. This is absolutely just stunning. But we're gonna head back down into the city of Antigua. All right, just like a 15-minute walk from the base of the San Cristobal del Bajo, which is the little town at the bottom of the hill, is this beautiful structure that I didn't even know was here in Antigua. This is El Calvario. What is El Calvario? Well, it turns out it was kind of like a temple that was built, I think, in the 1500s or 1600s, but they have like a chronological timeline at the front when you enter, and it's interesting to see how many times this place was destroyed. Like, I think it was destroyed like 3 or 4 times, some of them by earthquakes, but this is a very active area when it comes to earthquakes, so that's why a lot of the buildings, not even this one, but most of the buildings in Antigua were actually destroyed by earthquakes in the 1700s and 1800s. But they've sort of restored it to make it look like this old Antigua, Guatemala town. Inside you have a church. The church is really nice and beautiful, but I can't show you anything because it is prohibited to film or take photos inside the church. But the area also has a house museum of, I think, a saint that was here from Antigua, Guatemala. And they also have bathrooms if you need to use that. But it's a beautiful place to check out. I love the yellow pastel colors along the walls of the church. The facade of the church with the 2 entryways, that's just stunning. But the church isn't very big. It's actually a pretty small church, so you don't really have to spend too much time here. And outside in front of this place, usually at night, there is a market that pops up with food and souvenirs and stuff. If you're looking for some souvenirs and stuff and maybe some food, this is also the place where you can buy some. next stop here in the city, we've come to a place that you should actually really check out if you're looking for a souvenir. This is Mercado de Artesanías El Carmen, and it's a massive indoor shopping area with just tons and tons of little alleyways selling all types of things: bags, souvenirs, masks, clothes. And I will say the vendors are pretty aggressive. They'll try and get you to buy something, but it's really nice just to see all the local artwork and the beautiful colors and the clothes and everything. And they also have a lot of artwork as well, so like paintings and oil paintings. Like, they've got everything basically. If you're looking for a souvenir, this is probably the best place to come. It's packed, it's crowded, the alleyways are really small, but I'm not sure about the prices either. But it does look like it's a pretty good place here, trying to get some local souvenirs from Guatemala. Well, it's a couple hours later after a little bit of a rainstorm and some dark clouds moving in. I don't know if you can tell. We've made it back to the central park area of Antigua, and it's also definitely much colder after the rain. In the morning when the sun comes out, it's really hot. It's like 23, 24, 25 degrees, but now it's probably like 18, 19 degrees, so it gets pretty chilly once the clouds come in and cover up the sun. But we're currently at the main central park. As you can see around me, it's busy. It's a Sunday night. A lot of people are walking around, a lot of families enjoying the beautiful day here in Antigua. But that's probably going to be it for Antigua. I mean, today we partially successfully managed to do the hike that I wanted to do. We got roughly the same view, but it was still really cool. And then obviously walking around Antigua. Like I said, Antigua is a pretty small town. There's really not that much to do and see, so that's why like a day, 2 days max is honestly all you really need for Antigua. But it's been beautiful. The town is beautiful, that colonial charm, and like I said, there's so much history here, especially with all the earthquakes and the Spanish colonization. It's beautiful, it's stunning, and it's a definite must-see when you're here in Guatemala. But anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. If you guys have enjoyed this video, definitely give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more food and travel videos. So make sure to stay tuned, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye guys.